wakey.
Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. My name is Tom. I am joined with. What?
I wasn't. I was expecting to start it, and then you just jumped.
Well, you were taking
again.
too long. All right, I had to
Sorry.
get it going. Okay.
Continue. No, continue, please.
Oh, okay. Hello. My name is Thomas.
Oh my god. Welcome to the podcast.
I am joined
I'll make a stay out
by
of you.
my host Philip. Philip.
Look, do I seem like I'm a K dick?
No.
It is my legal name. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Go on.
And today we're going to be talking about look, I'm going to be honest, I already forgot what it was called. Oh, SK Talker, right?
SK Talker.
Yeah.
We watched the first 4 episodes of SK Talker. This is my first time watching it too, so I didn't know what to expect, honestly. So going into it, I had kind of prefaced by saying, like, I'm not sure if we're going to keep watching these, because I watched about 2 minutes and it seemed just totally random, and I was like, oh no, there's no content here, so I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. I mean, so it's not exactly like the type of content that we're used to, especially with coming from, the survival show and then going into some of the debut stuff. Like, this is just kind of like I don't know, like it's almost like vlogging, like that's what they're doing.
Oh yeah. That's exactly it. Yeah.
And so it's not so much like anything that we need to know that is like pertinent to the history of Stray Kids, but it's still like entertaining, and it's funny to see them in like sort of a candid type of environment.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like my take on it is, if you are a stay, you owe it to yourself to watch these, because they're funny. Like, it is funny. There's like funny moments. There's really like they're just being weird together behind, like backstage, waiting to go and perform on like MNet Countdown and stuff like that. Like, so yeah, I mean, it's good. It was entertaining, like Tom had said, but I still don't know. I don't know. Maybe we'll cut it and we'll just skip to the next season of the 9th and then opening I Am Who, because it's really close.
Yeah. I still have it in the box downstairs.
Oh, good.
I want to open it. I saw it, 2 days ago? I was putting out the trash and I saw it and I was like, I want to throw that box away, but it contains, a treasure.
Yeah. It's and it's good. I can't wait to open it. And I did some mapping out of like our next few episodes to kind of figure out, like, when is that going to happen? Like, how far are we going to go by certain weeks or whatever, just to kind of figure out, like, where we're at. And I'm going to have to redo it all if we decide, like, nah, SKZ Talker is not enough content to talk about. The good news is we did watch a few performances. So one was their debut performance on MNet Countdown, which was pretty great, of them doing District 9. So it was cool that we were able to find that. And then we watched one from KCON Japan, where they performed District 9 again. And then they did some cover songs and had a member of 2 PM come out and perform with them, which was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So, what these are like, other than the final episode of the survival show, this is like the first time you've really seen them or any K-pop, I assume, perform live. What did you think of the live show, the live environment?
Look, I'm going to be honest. I do not really care much for live content unless I'm actually there.
I get that.
Like, obviously, that I've been to plenty of live shows in my day, and they've all been great. I don't really have, I mean, obviously, like, living in Austin, you have the opportunity to go to quite a few live performances, even like amateur
live
ones.
Music capital of the world.
Yeah, but you can see a lot of amateur shows, and even those are like are still like something special. that I just you can't capture through a camera.
Right.
Or even like through audio, like audio recordings of like live performances. Why would I listen to that when I can listen to like the perfected,
like mixed and mastered version?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like the studio album is always going to be superior, with one exception. There is a song that I don't know, it came on my Spotify one day, and it was Jolene, the live performance by Cake. And I prefer that one to the studio album because he adds something to it, like he makes it more engaging than just like singing the song,
Yeah.
And so like if I'm gonna listen to Jolene by Cake, then I'll listen to the live version. That's the only exception that I can think of.
Yeah. What's interesting is that having watched the concert DVD that they did, District 9 Unlock, I can say what the title of the DVD is now because you know what District 9 is. But having watched that, I'll say that because it's their concert that they put together, you do get a lot more of that. There's a lot more of like it's mixed and mastered, so it sounds great. It sounds really good. But it also is like it's more customized because it's their audience. Whereas like the performances that we're seeing are like some of the issues that come up in a lot of the content that we might see them do in the future is like they're not in control of the mix. And anytime that you get a boy group or girl group performing on one of these shows, like they have the backing track because like they don't have a band playing, right? So they just have a backing track, and they usually have backing vocals that play as well that they sing over to keep them like on track. So that there will be times where like you'll see Chung being like put down his mic to like let the backing track like do part of the rap and then come in on the right beat.
Right.
That way he can keep the time. Lots of things like that kind of occur. The thing that I love about Stray Kids is that they're always live mic'd. And there are other boy groups that we've seen that like just lip sync it. I mean, and it's not considered to be like some like negative thing. And that makes sense, right? Because like the dance is part of the show, the spectacle that they put on is all part of the deal. But like they are always live mic'd. And so there are times where I've watched a performance of Stray Kids on like a show, and they're live mic'd and they're singing and their voices are beautiful and they're doing their thing. But like the way they have the mix turned up, like the backing vocals are like too loud and you can hear both too much. And it's like grating. I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? Like turn that shit down. Like what the hell? Like it's fine. Like it's just something you kind of have to get used to, is like the idea that they're going to be playing like even when they make their music, right? Like one of the first things that they'll do is they will record like a rough version of it so that they can have a vocal guide, and then they go in and it's not always the person who sings that part. I'm having trouble hearing you. What the fuck, Siri? I'm having trouble hearing you, bitch.
Yeah. Shut up, Siri.
Shut up. Nobody likes you. Anyway,
you say that, but I know. All right, at least I think I know that you use Siri pretty often.
Oh, so often, like way too often. Yeah, and Logan knows how to use it now too. So like,
oh yeah,
we'll be like, we'll watch a show or whatever, and he'll be like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and then he's like, hey Siri, pause the TV.
Does he say it like that?
Well, he says it with his voice, but yeah.
Hey Siri, pause the TV. Like that?
Yeah. Yes, that sounds exactly like him. Perfect. We took the kids to the dentist today. It's been a minute, and their teeth are beautiful and they all behaved perfectly. It was wonderful. So good. Yeah, and Michelle did great too because she's not wearing diapers. So bam. Like if you're a parent, the sooner you get your kids out of diapers, the better, really. It's not easy to potty train, but it was this time, so I'm not going to argue. Yeah, but so far so good. I mean, she had an accident today, but she's on like day 4 of potty training, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, Stray Kids. Right. They played some rhyming games, which were interesting. I mean, I know that is like a common refrain in Japanese as well, where they'll use a word and take a syllable and use that syllable to make a new sentence. And it seems like a similar kind of rhyming game that they were playing, which apparently Jong-in is the greatest at. He's like the master of it. So that was cool. That was interesting.
Yeah. I mean, we commented on that. We both commented on this like while it happened, and then right before we started recording, which was the so they're filming this from the perspective of like the camera is an entity, right? And
right.
Whether it's the fan or whatever, and they're like, oh, can talker, as in the camera, talk now? And whoever is controlling is like, yes, yes.
That was hilarious. I mean, it's just that moment is worth watching. SK Talker. That was really funny and enjoyable. I still don't know if it's enjoyable enough to make more podcast episodes about it. We may have to just go to the 9th, because at least that's going to have some semblance of structure. But we will see.
I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll still watch them and then just have like 10 minutes to be like, these are some things that happened in the Talker episodes. You should check it out, and that's it. Move on.
Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Do you remember anything else that happened that was interesting?
I mean, like the big things, right, that I called out during the while we were watching is just that like they did some covers, right, that I hadn't heard before, and also, you know, this just goes back to me not liking live performances. I don't know if it's just the recording that we watched or if it's the latency that we're using, because I'm watching these through Phil's like Discord stream. So like Phil will open the video and I'll watch it through Discord. So maybe there's some latency issues there. Either way, just the performances, I don't know, not the greatest. But maybe it's not their fault. I don't really know. So
well, it's not like you have any other apps or programs that are using any system resources or internet access.
No. I wouldn't. So
wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't dare utilize other forms of interweb communication.
You certainly wouldn't play Final Fantasy 14 right now. Are you playing it? Are you playing it right now? Is it on?
No. I'm not making coffee biscuits.
Coffee biscuits.
I'm doing good. I'm doing well enough multitasking. I think
you are. You're fine. I'm not worried about it.
Well, let me tell you, my multitasking is so good. I believe that by the time we finish recording this episode,
oh shit,
I will be done with Culinarian.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I'm proud of you for being an omni-crafter.
Yeah, thank you.
That's what they call it, omni-crafting.
Do you understand what me being done with Culinarian means?
No. That means you can make me some food?
I can make you food, yes. In fact, the coffee biscuits that I'm making now give a 3% experience bonus. Wow.
Every food gives a 3% experience bonus. So.
All right. Well, like I said, the coffee biscuits that I'm making now give you a 3% experience bonus.
Sweet.
Not sure if you knew that.
That's pretty nice.
So at least I didn't, lie. I wasn't fibbing about.
No, yeah, you were telling the truth.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Stray Kids. That's what this podcast is about.
It is. Or so it would appear. I liked There were some great moments of them speaking English in this one.
Yeah.
I thought that Woojin trying to speak English was hysterical. Like he knew like one sentence, and of course Bangchan like just using his Aussie accent to just trip him out, being like, "What do you like for dinner?" And then he was like, "I like dinner," and he's like, "No, what do you want for dinner?" And he was like, chicken. Yes, chicken is a word.
I like chicken. Yeah, so it's still funny. Weird. I talked about this also. It's still weird to me. I guess just because you don't expect it, right? For Bangchan to not only speak English but speak it in an Australian accent, like a very clear Australian accent. But that's because he's from Australia, so it makes sense. It's just I don't know, if you didn't know that about him, it would throw you off, I think.
When we were watching, I think it was the MNet performance, I was sitting there thinking, like, I've been thinking about how, Felix's deep voice really is like a signal of like, oh, yeah, this is what a Stray Kids song sounds like. When you hear him come in and it's got this deep voice.
Yeah.
And then like Changbin came in and I was like, oh man, Changbin's voice. That's what makes a Stray Kids song. My God. It's so good. It's so unique the way that his tone is.
Yeah.
That's so good. And then Woojin sang and I was like, the Woojin sounds good. And Sungmin was there and I'm like, Jesus Christ, why do they do this to me?
Well,
these kids.
These Stray Kids.
They make there's no stay yet. Oh, that is the interesting thing, is that they through the whole time they were talking about there was a portion of one of the talkers where they were talking about like the fandom and the fans and meeting fans and answering fans' questions, stuff like that. And they mentioned that like they were really happy with the fans, and the fans that showed up, even though it was like cold, like they sang for them, like they sang along and did the what do they call it? The guide. Like there's like a guide on like, oh, you at this part of the song you go what, whatever. And
what?
And that's it. Yeah. Verse 2. So you can hear it in the MNet broadcast. You can even hear like the fans like singing parts of the song, which I thought was cool. I definitely dug that. But they mentioned the fact that like that Stay doesn't have a name yet. There's no Stay. They're just like, we like our fans, and then they're like talking to Talker, and they're like, Talker, blah 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 blah. But like, if they were making these videos now, they would just say Stay. They wouldn't call it Talker. Like they would call it Stay, and then pat your head. Pat your head, pinch your cheeks,
pinch your cheek, feeds you chocolates.
I really, honestly, I'm thinking back on all the stuff that we watched today, and I'm like, man, like every time Minho got a hold of the camera, it suddenly got weird and funny, like immediately. Like he was just like he just liked to mess with the camera. Everybody else, like, it tried to make a scene or say something funny, and he would just be like, "I'm stroking your head." And he like try and caress the edge of the lens so it looked like you're rubbing their head or flipping it around or whatever. I mean, it was just fun and ridiculous. Minho's great.
Yep.
Yeah. So SK Talker, pretty good. Yeah. Enjoyable. Fans should watch them.
Decent.
And it's cool to see them, traveling and stuff and just eating food. Like it seems like every time they ate food, it like re-energized them. They're having a good time goofing off.
But they always like the food, I guess. Oh, to kind of go back to your question, like something that was noticeable about it was that if you're interested, like the listeners of the podcast, right? If you're interested in watching SK Talker, one thing that we found out early on was that they're doing these around the time that they're going to perform.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so if you're not doing this deep dive like we are and trying to explore all of the content that they've put out, you may not be aware of, or if you are, you may not be aware of these particular performances, but they literally tell you where they are, when it is, and what they're doing.
Yeah.
In SK Talker, so you can like just Google like the performance that they're talking about, and then go watch it.
And I'll link the ones that we watched in the show notes. But like, so that's true for some of them. But like, we definitely weren't gonna watch everyone because we already watched them do District 9 twice.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it was right for us to watch them do District 9 8 different times. So
yeah.
Because it's the debut song. That's the one. Like, if they're gonna go out and do one song on all these shows, it's gonna be that one. So like, all right, we get it. That's District 9. That's good. It's a good song. I like it.
Right.
But yeah, that's the song they're gonna perform on all these shows. So yeah, we got enough. We got enough. It's fine. It's fine. We're good.
It's chill.
It's chill. We're okay.
Yeah.
We're chilling.
But that District 9 song do be
District
bussin'.
9.
It'd be bussin'.
No cap. Oh man.
We are some hip kids.
Where are we kids? I have kids. They are hip. They like Stray Kids. They like
shit.
Gabby's Dollhouse.
Oh my god.
What?
I don't know why I just remembered this, but it was my dad's birthday today, and I didn't call him.
It's not too late. It's only 10 p.m. in Texas.
I think it is too late.
You think he's in bed? He's probably having some cider or something. I don't know. I assume.
No, they don't do cider anymore. They moved out of that
What?
place.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, you don't know about this?
I don't know anything.
Well, I'm sorry, but there was, I don't know, some sort of dispute with the cider people. So
what? Really?
Yeah, I don't know. My brother explained it to me, and it just sounded like a bunch of petty bullshit. And so but it's okay because they were like, okay, well then we'll move, and like good luck getting any fucking business without us here. And they moved into, there's like this one gas station right when you come into town, and it has like a restaurant area already set up that wasn't occupied, so they moved in there. So they have like a stationary, cool. like place with seating, and it's like the only gas station, so people are bound to stop there,
Yeah.
And so it's pretty good. From what I have, the last I heard, which was maybe a month or two ago.
Yeah,
it sounds like it's working out. So,
well, good for them. Glad to hear it.
Yeah. If you are visiting the hill country of Texas and passing by Johnson City, go to High-Tai. That's HYETHAI.
Nice shout out.
It's
good plug.
Yeah.
I've eaten there. It was delicious. My kids like the food too.
Yep. It's a Thai restaurant run by two white guys.
Okay. At first I was like, nice plug, and now I'm like, you pulled the plug. Like, you pulled it.
No, but it's good. It's good. It's really good. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's not as good as Mr. Wok in Plymouth, England.
Okay. Okay.
But it is good.
I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to cut that out and send it to your brother. Like, well, yeah, it is good. I mean, not as good as this other place, but it's pretty good.
Maybe just haven't had enough. Okay, well, all right. I will say maybe it is good. My basis for Mr. Wok and Plymouth being good was that we were all depressed and drunk the entire time we were there, so anything was good.
Why so depressed? Because it was raining?
It was raining, yeah, a lot. It was
well,
wet,
it's England,
like,
I assumed.
all day, every day. No, but it was more that why we were there. The mission that we were performing at the time was not exactly fun for anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty much, oh, we're off, time to hit the bars. Oh, we're hungry though, also time to find food. And there was this one place that was like, I don't know, a 10-minute walk from the
a 10-minute walk, hilarious.
From the what?
What's the restaurant called?
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, there was like this one bar that everyone would congregate at, but this place was like 10 minutes from that place, so we would just like walk over there, get like 8 pad thais and come back to the bar, and drink a lot.
No, this was a bar. Was it a bar or a pub? Is there a difference?
It was. Yeah, there is a difference.
Oh, okay.
I would say it was a bar. It was not a. I think a pub is more like a more loungy than a bar is.
Mm-hmm.
A bar is very much like you're there to drink and potentially dance, and
oh yeah, all right, gotcha.
Whereas a pub is like you go to sit and relax and have a pint.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I understand the difference now.
Mm.
I guess you're a sausage.
Yes, I am a sausage.
Sausage. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, well, let's go play Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, I'm already in it. Oh, I need to end synthesis.
So you admit it.
No,
I knew
of
it
course
all
not.
along.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm so close.
That's what she said. I'm cutting that.
No, don't cut it. Leave it in.
I know. It's such like a shit joke.
What?
Come on, I could do better than that. I'm better than that.
Look, if the Office can use it like regularly and it still be funny, then it's fine. It's like,
well, I look.
Plus, we gotta be hip with the kids. You gotta use kid jokes.
Is that a kid joke?
It is definitely. Well, I would say it's an immature joke. So like leave it in there for all the. I'm not. Hold on. Maybe we'll cut this part.
Now we're definitely not cutting it now. All right. Here's my interesting fact of the day.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm gonna give you an interesting fact. This doesn't have anything to do with Stray Kids. This has something to do with the podcast because we were just talking about it.
Sure.
All right. So, currently, our listenership is 88%. From the United States.
Right. Pop
quiz hotshot.
Okay.
What country is number 2?
Oh. I'm gonna say it's not Australia. And
it is not Australia.
Wow. I'm so good. Number 2, man. It's
what the fuck?
It's not Canada, right?
It is not Canada.
Is it South Korea?
Oh man, how cool would that be? That would be so awesome.
Yeah, that'd be dope. What the hell?
No.
Is it not? Oh, okay.
It's not. It is
Mexico.
Brazil. Yeah.
Interesting.
So shout out to all our Brazilian listeners. That's pretty awesome. 3% of our listens currently. Let me give you a rundown because we're two guys who lived in Texas for a long time recording a podcast about Stray Kids. But let me give you a rundown of here's all the countries that so far that we have listeners from, okay?
Sure.
Because it's surprising. Sometimes I'm just we're doing this for fun, right? There's no monetization. We don't have commercials. We're just going through Stray Kids content because it's fun, right? Okay. We got the United States, obviously number 1. Then we have Brazil, Australia. We knew Australia was going to be in there. Germany, Canada, France, the UK, Bulgaria, Spain, Sweden, Mexico, Peru, and Iraq.
Wow.
I just saw Iraq 2 seconds ago. So, to who I assume is our lone Iraqi listener, hello.
Hey.
And thanks for listening.
Yeah. Also,
I hope you enjoy Stray Kids.
Okay, now I don't want to alienate any of our very diverse, geographically diverse listeners, but is there a chance
Yes.
Is there a possibility that some of those are simply VPNs?
I mean, it's possible, but still.
Yeah.
Hey, VPN users, thanks for using VPNs to protect your internet data.
Yeah.
This is not a plug. We're
not plugging any VPN.
I'm not plugging any VPN, but I'm saying if you are not from those countries and you are using a VPN through those countries, then we still appreciate you listening. So thanks for listening. What? Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say we just crossed 300 listens, which is a pretty significant number. I feel like,
yeah,
and so I'm pretty happy with the progress going on here, and hopefully we keep making content that's fun and interesting,
right? Yeah,
not just to us.
Hopefully, okay. So let's circle back to the episodes of what was that the pre-debut stuff. You called this out. The 9th. You called this out in a later episode where you were like, "We've been all business, right?"
Yeah.
And so I don't know. Let us know, please. Go on Twitter or whatever social media we have.
We have Twitter. I'll make a stay pod. At I'll make a stay pod. That's what Twitter.
Yeah. At twitter.com. Also, our email, whatever. However you need to reach out to us, let us know what type of content you prefer. Do you prefer us to just be strictly business, talk about Stray Kids and, stop the recording? Or do you like it when we delve into these random fucking tangents about God knows what, because I think we like doing it, right? We're just chatting. We're having a good time. It'd be good to know from all of our listener bases around the world. Do you like it when we just start talking about a bunch of bullshit, or are you here strictly for Stray Kids and what we think about them? Let us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know what you think. There, I just opened up the DMs, so anyone on Twitter, if you want to message us directly and provide any feedback or whatever, however you think,
message us
just
right
let us
now.
know how. Message. Well, they can't do that. Like, we're not live, so
I know.
Whenever you feel like it, if you feel like it, you can message us there. You can send us an email at illmakeastaypod@gmail.com, and we'll get that too. So yeah, sure, hit us up.
Yeah.
Just say yo. That's all. You can just say that. You don't have to give us any feedback. You just say yo.
Yeah.
And let us know that you're alive.
If you want to know you're alive. If you say yo, I'm gonna assume that you're cool with us just doing our thing.
Yeah.
And if you have any negative things to say, they better be constructive, or I don't care.
And if you want to play a good MMORPG, play Final Fantasy 14. Drop WoW like a bad habit, because that's what it is.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about let's talk about sponsors and sponsorship and advocating for any type of product. Okay.
Yes.
Because here's the issue that you're going to run into, and I started thinking about this like months ago when I was listening to a lot of Behind the Bastards, because Behind the Bastards obviously has sponsors.
Good. Tons of sponsors.
Now, Behind the Bastards is specifically a podcast about like horrible people and like people you shouldn't like, or just things you shouldn't be a fan of. And so it's interesting to me that they have sponsors, because sponsors have the potential to turn into, if they don't, whether or not they know it at the time doesn't matter, have the potential to turn into maybe things that you wouldn't want to sponsor on a show about horrible things.
Yeah, I mean, they've literally had what is the new Blackwater run ads on their podcast before. Like, so it happened like one time, and they were like they literally mock them constantly, and many other military contractors and stuff. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Raytheon. They
Raytheon.
They talk a lot about Raytheon. But anyway, so the point of what I'm trying to say is that if we are going to eventually like have sponsors, like we need to really make sure that they are a company or they are a product that like we will like, you know, go to the grave supporting.
Yeah. Well, and that's like when you look at like sponsorships and stuff, like sometimes you can, what a lot of these podcast companies do is they you pick a time in your episode and you say just like, okay, from at this time you can just cut in to the episode. They do it for you. You cut in the ads. And so you don't even pick them. They're actually, most of the time those ads are generated for the person when they download the episode based on like their search history and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The exception is when you have like a personal like contract for an ad, which is why you hear sometimes like Robert Evans read the ad.
Talk about it. Yeah, exactly.
And so you could do ads that way where you just say, okay, we will only do ads where we do the ad read.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that way you don't really run into that problem of getting random ads that are just whatever. But like, it is just a thing now where like pretty common that people expect, you know, at least 4 ads, maybe 2 at the beginning, 2 at the end, or maybe 2 at the beginning, 2 in the middle, during a podcast. Like that's just how it is. Like if it's an hour-long podcast, like that seems to be like how things are done.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I've kind of weirdly grown to accept it. I've been listening to a bunch of true crime podcasts recently. The most recent one was Monster DC Sniper, and it's pretty good. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But
hang on just a second.
I'm hanging.
I just hit level 80 culinarian. I am now an omnicrafter. Every single crafting profession is level 80.
You got them all to level 80?
Yes.
I had no idea.
Yep.
I thought they were all at 70 still.
No.
Well, congratulations.
They're all 80.
Everybody, give a big round of applause to Tom for being an Omnicrafter. And he still hasn't put his fucking actions on his goddamn tank bar.
I will now.
Now you have no excuse. You have no excuse. You better tank for me. Come and tank for us. Like literally, if it's me and you and Jeanette, we need one other party member and we can just instant run. I mean, I already instant queue when I'm just with Jeanette, but like if we're all together, it's instant queue, and we may even be able to set it to master loot and just have you take all the loot, because we'll be running dungeons that we don't need gear from, and then you can just turn that gear in for points and level up our FC. I'm just saying, we could be doing this.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Stray Kids is a boy group, and I think I've told you that they're about to have a comeback. It's next week. They're about to have a comeback. And they released their pre-order numbers this morning of how many pre-orders they've had for the new album.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to tell you what the number is, but I am going to tell you that it makes me want to buy it again. I've already pre-ordered it. It makes me want to pre-order it a second time. And I thought, like, I was trying to think to myself, like, I could justify it if I like bought it and then like sent you a copy of it when it's ready, like when we're ready to get to that point. But then that way, because we're gonna have to get it for you eventually, right? But if I do it that way, then the pre-order adds to the release number and could pump up the numbers for Stray Kids at release, rather than waiting, whatever, a year until we get to that point. But I don't know. I'm still flip-flopping about it, because I'm just like, it's only like $22, but like, but do you know, has Anna told you what all she got for your birthday? What all she pre-ordered?
No.
Okay, all right. Well, then I won't pry, but because if she had ordered you a copy already, I just wouldn't want to double up. You know what I mean?
Well, then talk to her about it.
Yeah, maybe I'll message her. I'll shoot her a little messy.
Yeah.
Is that a thing the kids say? Messy instead of message?
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I've never fucking heard that once in my entire life. So,
I mean, you have heard it once.
Oh, well, now, yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Thanks for Thanks for listening to the podcast, dear listener. And we will see you again next week when we may or may not be watching more of the SK Talkers and the first episode of season 2 of the 9th.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, bye, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Ooh, I just got a bubble message from Hyunjin.
Oh. Say hey.
Hey.
From me.
What's up?
Houston in your
What?
contacts.
No.
No, fuck. Siri,
Stupid fucking
Siri,
Siri.
shut up. God damn it. Hold on. Wait.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
waiting.
Let me just check this.
Are we...
Okay. No, hold on. I'm live responding to Hyunjin Bubble. He says, "What's the weather?"
Okay.
I'm going to say, you hear me typing?
No.
Nighttime. Not sure.
No.
Send.
What a boring conversation. What the hell?
He got his wisdom teeth removed, or at least one of them.
What is he supposed to say to that though? Like, oh, are there stars out? Like, what do you want? What do you want him to say?
And look, listen. This is the first time I've replied in all month. I haven't replied. Look, we had this discussion about how I was like, yeah, Bubble is not for me. It's for people who need validation from pop stars. I don't know. I don't like. It's not for me. It's just not for me. Like, and it's fine. Like, I feel like sometimes it's helpful because they'll like give information, they'll tease things about upcoming stuff, or maybe they may mention something that's just been released and be like, oh, thanks for watching it, everybody, whatever. But like, you can find out that they do that if you just watch if you follow on Twitter. There's a few Twitter accounts that post translations of Bubble without needing to be subscribed to Bubble. So you could do that. Why you subscribe to Bubble is to reply to them, and I have no interest in doing it, which is why he gets nighttime, not sure. Actually, seems clear and hot.
Oh my god. Just be
There
like,
you go.
I would just be, even though it's been like storming like crazy. Oh my god, today the thunder outside my window, it sounded like lightning was striking down literally like right outside my window for like an hour today. Even with that going on, if I were responding to him, I'd be like, it's great, you know, and then like ask him something like personal or like, I don't know, just like engage with him in a way that's not just this boring like, oh yeah, having a good day today? Yeah, it's going great, Steve. How about you? Yeah, great. Okay, that's it. Like, I don't know, it's just so dull. You walked down a very windy beach to reach a diner that was closed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I do know what you're saying.
Anyway.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, okay.
I'm typing to Hyunjin. Oh, man. I shouldn't have used all my messages.
He's gonna think you're crazy now, sending him like 8 messages.
You can only send 3 per day.
Well, he's gonna think you're crazy now, sending 3 messages back to back, going, "It's nighttime, not sure. Actually, seems clear." Now, what are you saying? Like, oh,
well, I was gonna try and plug the podcast.
Raining
but
now.
There's also a character limit. I couldn't type I could type "I'll make a stay out of you," but then couldn't say podcast in the same line because there was too many characters. So I deleted it and didn't do it. All right, bye everybody.
Okay. Bye.